You guys can make fun of me in just a second. Let me go live here on alphageekradio.com. All right, and we're live. You guys ready to start the show?
I'm too cool.
Let's put on our cool glasses. Let's start the show.
Yeah, we gotta cool this up. We're just cool enough.
Ike, just cool enough. Come on.
I got nothing. I got nothing.
All right, fine. You're not cool enough. We just decided.
Yeah, apparently I got some Tic Tacs.
I got an extra pair. Anyway, all right, let's start this thing.
I got an extra pair, and these ones they got mirrors on the inside, so I can see if anyone's sneaking.
See, I got this one. This has pads on. Hello, Internets. I'm Joe.
I'm Eric.
And I just feel like it would be a whole lot cooler if we were together in one place and could do the show, so that when you say, "Hey, I have an extra pair of sunglasses," I could reach over and grab it from you. But we have the chance to do that if people go ahead and donate. We can all go to Michigan together for some cool reason.
Yeah, that's right.
To Just Cool Enough, a show where stuff happens.
Pandering for money.
I like Just Cool Enough because it's uncomfortably funny. Okay, that's the second time I've tried the line and it hasn't worked. Welcome to Just Cool Enough.
Maybe it did work. Maybe that's why it's uncomfortable.
Oh wow, that joke is meta, guys. I have to wear sunglasses today. I'm gonna just put the apology out there. You see this? Like the sun's just like in here. I don't know. Like I got like some California weather going on, and it's like all sunny. I'm not used to this.
So I thought maybe you were under police interrogation. They bring that thing over. They're like, "Where were you last night?" You're like, "Ah."
I know that's how it feels. Like, do you know how fast
that doesn't make sense to me because the window's on the other side.
Yeah, but
how many windows do you have?
I have another window.
I said that before too. Has it had a curtain over it? Are you slowly moving out of this room and all of a sudden?
It's weird how everything's really empty in here. It's like I'm slowly moving away from where I'm at now. I feel like I'm like getting interrogated though. You're right. It's like, do you know how fast you're going, son? I'm like, duh. I don't know. It was like 80. No, I plead the fifth. Just the sun's in my eyes. It's all bad. But yeah. So this week has been a crazy week. We got animals dying. We have people giving us money. We got Eric doing a LAN party.
Some of us got jobs.
Some of us got jobs.
Some of us had.
Dude.
Now is this beyond the going to Universal job? Like we've gotten another job? Do you have 2 jobs now?
No, this is just I officially have the job now.
So you were pretty sure you're gonna get it now. You know you've got it.
Yeah. Before I was like everyone was telling me it was like 90%, and then Friday I got the email saying, "Hey, you got casted as a character. Come in and fill out some paperwork." And I did that yesterday, so officially I'm my start date isn't till I think the 17th of August, but yeah. That's somewhere around there. I'm gonna have orientation, but yeah.
Wait. Are you gonna be able to get September 25th off?
I don't know.
Holy shit, Eric! If you miss this wedding because you have a job, the irony will not be lost on me.
No, but it'll work out really well because the money that people donate, I could just use 100% of it to come see it.
Yeah, at least Ike can come see it. At least Ike cares about me. Eric's just look at a career man over here, just fucking ditching friendships for jobs.
I don't know. I saw a list today, purportedly on some website, saying the places that ISIS wants to hit, and parts of Michigan were on that list. I'm not sure I want to show up.
Well, we'll go through Dearborn, but it won't be too bad. I know the best hookups. So, Eric, you have a job. I got married. Ike, if you can do something.
Vacation.
You're on summer vacation?
It's like the same thing as all of that.
I'm just saying, like, if you could do something incredible, I think this could be the year of Just Cool Enough.
Well, I did some also other incredible things.
What else did you do this week, Eric?
Well, Monday is my normal. It was our normal board game night at Kyle, friend of the show, Kyle McCarley's house, where we show up and we play a bunch of board games and it's fun and all. But what we decided, since the other Eric, friend of the show, Eric Sandburn, had taken Monday off on accident because he was expecting to be out of town and wasn't. He said, "Let's fucking do something." So at around noon, we all showed up to Kyle McCarley's house with our desktop computers. I lugged my fucking computer all the way to Reseda. Got this nice scrape on my arm. You can't quite see it.
It's a battle scar, not a scrape.
Yeah, and we went out and I I thought at first we were gonna, because we were all like we should get together and play GTA 5 more. We need to get together. Wouldn't it be awesome if we had all 4 of us in the room and we were doing a heist? And that was gonna be the plan. But then last week we all discovered Rocket League, so we just ended up playing Rocket League for 5 hours straight, which was amazing. And then stripped down our computers and went on to playing board games.
Now, really quickly, Eric, because some people out there might not know what it is. What is Rocket League?
Rocket League is
I can
soccer.
sum it up.
It's soccer
FIFA,
with cars.
It's FIFA meets Twisted Metal.
No, shut up. You're making it way too. Fuck you.
No,
stop trying to make it. It's soccer.
I asked Eric the
it's
question.
soccer with cars. And you're like, it's FIFA meets this with a little football manager simulator 2015. No, it's none of that. It's soccer with cars.
Why are you such a dick today?
Because you're trying to drive people away from the simplicity and wonderfulness that is Rocket League, and you're all like trying to make it complicated. It's soccer with cars. That's all you have to tell people. And it's
Which
so
in
good.
soccer you don't go upside down on a ceiling.
Joe,
You don't get turbo boosts.
Joe, this is JCE. It's just conversations with Eric. I don't know why you're butting in.
Yeah.
I know, you're right. I refrain. I'm sorry, Eric. You can talk.
So it's soccer with cars. There's a soccer ball, and it's you and 2 to maybe 3 other people, and against another team of 2 to 4 people, and you drive around and try and score goals with the soccer ball while you're driving cars. The cars happen to have boosts on them, and you can do sweet flips and shit. But it's soccer with cars, and it's such a simple idea, but it's so fucking good. I don't know why.
I don't understand that. How did no one come up with this?
I'm sure it's been a thing before. But
I'm waiting for them to make a real one. I mean, clearly not with the boost, because you'd have to have nitro or whatever, and explosions and death. But I'm sure they could come up with something.
I mean, I've seen like they on Top Gear they've dicked around with it a little. They've like had a giant soccer ball, but it's so fucking amazing, and it's simple.
It's great because the matches are all like 5 minutes long.
Yeah.
And it's so you can jump in, jump out.
Unless you like one game we had, we're tied up and then spent 4 minutes in overtime, just
which is
trying
like the most the craziest 4 minutes of your life. You're just diving around, blocking shots. Like, just get in the freaking net.
I got a 10-minute overtime the other day. That was pretty bad.
Holy crap! I haven't had an overtime last over, I don't know, a few minutes, like 2 minutes.
So the new move that I've mastered in that game recently that I'm pretty proud of, because it reminds me of every movie I've ever seen, was I get like halfway down the field on their side, and all of a sudden they get control of the ball. So I slam my car in reverse. I do a complete 180 and then hit boost and just take off, and I don't lose. Because I've noticed in the game, at least as far as using controllers, like when you're going forward and all of a sudden you have to throw it in reverse, it's so much time for the car to react, to slow down, and then to start backing up. By the time you do that, you're fucked. But if you throw the damn thing in reverse and then just spin around and hit boost, you don't lose a second.
There's
a lot of it's a game that's easy to pick up, hard to master, because there's a bunch of everyone keeps telling me playing with the controller is better. And I would, if my Xbox 360 dongle for my PC didn't die, I would be using it. But it's just because the main thing about the cards is when you hit a button, they like bounce in the air, and you can like double bounce, so you can basically do like a flip sort of kick or like a spin. It's a lot easier to do when you have a controller. But Dustin, who we were playing with, did this awesome move, and he's on a keyboard. I don't know how he does it, where he flips his car almost entirely pointing up, and then rocket boosts up. So it's like he's taking off in the sky to block shots.
If you're at 100 boost, you could do it, and you could
actually
rocket up.
Yeah. I managed to be on the opposing side's field last night. I kicked it at like a 45-degree angle. After I jumped and I boosted all the way across the field, landed in the goal, hit E, turned around, and was square in the goal where I should have been to block the next shot.
That's amazing. See, okay, this game is fucking magical, and I motion to say that that's what we're gonna play after the show today.
Okay.
All right, cool.
Motion carries.
Motion carries.
The only vote that matters is mine, so yes.
So I want to share a weird nerdy story that happened because I started playing D&D this week with friends of mine. And, of course, my girlfriend's been looking for a job, and she went on an interview today. And they said, tell us something about yourself that is it on your resume? She goes, oh, like, well, I'm really nerdy. I like to LARP and I play D&D. And immediately the other art teacher, one of the two art teachers there, was like, what alignment do you play? She's like, I play chaotic neutral because I like just the chaos of it all. He's like, do you think you play that because you're normally organized and it's your chance to be unorganized? She's like, I never thought of that. She's like, that, my boyfriend won't let me play evil. And they went on about this conversation about playing D&D at a job interview. It was amazing.
And then they were like, well, that was fun. Anyways, fuck off, nerd. Jobs only.
So did she not get the job because she was a nerd? That's the moral of the story. Always hide your nerdiness.
Exactly.
Oh,
no, she's waiting to hear back, but she was pretty happy that that they brought it up and that it was a little different from the whole why do you think or why would you want to work here type questions.
That's one of those questions where they're trying to like bait you out and to say something stupid. It's like, well, actually, I like to really kick puppies and cats when I'm in my spare time. It's like my favorite
thing. It's my one outlet to express my true self in a world where the consequences aren't as severe as they would be. I mean, if I get caught, murdering and burning down a village in real life, I go to jail for a significant amount of time. Whereas in D&D, I can roll charisma or just roll a new character, really. So.
So
honestly, if I could be a huge murderer, I would be. But anyways, I would love to work at your school.
Right, I have this many years' experience, and
it was my first time where I got to use my D20 ring this week to roll against attacks against my PCs. I ended up perma-killing one of them.
Nice.
The other thing, Joe, I wanted to bring up. I had a little pet peeve. Speaking of Rocket League and gaming.
Ooh, pet peeve. Okay, fine.
Well, I was a little agitated yesterday because I was playing Heroes.
Uh-oh.
I was playing with one of our friends who ended up leaving the game, telling me he was going to leave the game. We got into it. He's like, I got time for one. He left the game early, didn't actually quit the game. He just stayed in the game and walked away. So we totally got trounced because we were 4 to 5, and he was our tank. It was terrible.
Ooh.
So I'm kind of already irritated after that. So I hop into Rocket League with our friend Ryle. I'm playing with that. And then I'm like, oh, I noticed Joe signs on. So I'm like, hey, Joe, why don't you come play with us? Nothing. I'm like, hello, Joe. Nothing.
I felt bad.
We'll go play a few. And then finally, I'm like, hey, Joe, you want to come? Because Swag Nozzle's joining us. Nothing. And then Joe just signs off 2 hours later.
Okay.
I felt bad because, I was playing, we were in the LAN party, we're 4 hours in, and Joe's like, hey, Speedy at 40 has invited you to play Rocket League. I'm like,
okay. So
it wasn't the same day. You're making me sound like a bad guy.
That was Monday.
It was not the same day. Ike, you know how, listeners, Eric, lend me your ears. You know how crazy Rocket League gets and how fast you can get back into a match?
Listen, baby. You know how nutso Rocket League
Right. Sometimes you just hit someone. It's just not a big deal.
Why do you make me do this?
So I'm just saying, okay, I was playing with my 2 other brothers in 3v3, and so we had a team going, and I didn't even notice that Ike I was so engrossed in this game, man. I love it. It's so I can't even describe because, like you were saying, simple, hard to master, whatever you said. I love it a bunch, and I totally disregarded everything you said because I didn't realize you were talking to me, Ike. I'd like to issue a formal apology. I'm sorry.
No, I was looking the other day. I had 6 hours of Rocket League played by Saturday, and I was like, or maybe it was Saturday. I was like, oh yeah, totally got my money's worth. If it were the worst game ever, at least I got enough to 3 movies worth out of the $20. But I was just looking. I've played 37 hours as of today, and I've had this game for less than a week because at night I usually get on at 10 o'clock at night and play with Ryle until 3 in the morning.
That's over that's full-time job almost.
I literally saw you on, I think, for almost 24 hours one day. I wasn't sure if you just left it on.
No, there was one day that I did leave it on. I realized that the other day.
Because I was like, is he actually playing? Because he's just
I'm actually playing Rocket League right now.
You fucking asshole. We're doing a show for the fine people at Alpha Geek Radio, and you got to pull this horse shit? I'm sorry. I apologize for him.
Wait, he's playing Rocket League right now too. Everybody, you can't do a show without playing Rocket League.
Yeah,
I'm devoting my full experience to this, my full attention to this. Because we also have emails from people that have given us stuff.
By the way, if you want to send an email, you can. Our show email address is theshow@justcoolenough.com. We have some great emails this week and even some donations to try to get Eric and Ike over to Michigan to see the to be part of the celebration of my marriage to my lovely wife.
So I inadvertently, before I read this, because there's talking about wedding as a dick move type thing in this one, I might have inadvertently, I felt bad this week. I was talking to Kaywin. I was like, I'm going to have to turn down those BlizzCon tickets, I think, because any money that I plan on getting, I'd like to use to go to Michigan. So she's like, okay. She's like, I totally understand. I was like, but I'm really looking forward to seeing you and Eric at some point. Referring to going to BlizzCon. But I didn't say that, so she's like, I never got an invite to Joe's party.
Yes, she did.
And she's like, I only got the thing in it saying that they had a wedding, but she never got the invite to the party. And I was like, awkward, because that's A, not what I was talking about. B, I was like, oh shit.
Oh shit! But she did get an invite. She's supposed to.
She thinks that she didn't.
What the fuck?
Anyway,
oh my gosh!
It was very awkward.
Wait, what day did you? I don't want to offend our friends. Like, what day did you talk to her? I gotta go.
Like maybe like Saturday, Sunday, because I was like, oh.
We had a really good plan. We're like, all right, we're gonna email, we're gonna snail mail all these things out. It's gonna be great. But we didn't put return addresses on it because we wanted it to be a total surprise until somebody opened it. And so now there's like a slew of people that may or may not have received their.
Oh, she got the thing saying you got married, but apparently she claims that she did not get the thing that says come to our party in September. Speaking of dick wedding moves, though, we have this email from. By the way, did we ever figure? Is it Freck? What are we going with? Freck. All right.
Yeah, I met him in Amsterdam. He's an awesome dude.
First, I'd like to mention that the time of your live show sucks. After midnight here. So I can't really join in. Now for the question, since you clearly need help with content again, what is currently your favorite food to eat and or prepare, and how often do you have it?
Whoa. Do you guys have a prepared answer for this question?
I do, in fact. But it sounds like Eric would like to talk, so I'll have him.
No, I don't know what... I mean, I don't know what I would say my favorite food... I like pumpkin pie, but I... can't fucking eat it because it turns you fat. So I have it maybe twice a year.
But when you eat pumpkin pie, it's an event, Eric. You eat the whole pie. You don't fuck around with pumpkin pie.
Yeah. No, if I'm gonna eat some fucking pie, I'm gonna eat some goddamn pie. Yeah. So I don't know if I have like if you're talking about just like things that you would eat on a daily basis. I don't know. I've kind of, if I like something a lot, it's usually bad for me, so I stop eating it. So I don't have a lot of like, I gotta have it, because I love like latkes, but you can't eat latkes all the time because they're just fat. They're just fat masquerading as potatoes.
That's what potatoes are. Potatoes is just fat masquerading as a vegetable.
I would have to say that my currently, even though again it's not super duper healthy, but it's been a favorite of late.
But wait, why does it have to be healthy though? Was that part of the thing?
No. Would happen to be like a pasta like a ravioli or a tortellini, preferably tortellini. Tortellini with a nice tomato pesto sauce on it.
Nice. I don't know, man. I've went on like a culinary spiritual journey these last like 2 years, just like eating all over the place. I could tell you my favorite dish I ever had was in the hills of Perugia, Italy, and it was this amazing gnocchi, and holy shit, that was just mind-blowingly good. But healthy food time, I went to a straight-up vegan place in Ann Arbor, Michigan, and that blew my pants off good. That was an amazing experience. I didn't think healthy food, I mean, vegan and healthy aren't synonymous, like Oreos are vegan, right? But I ate mostly vegetables at this place and couldn't even comprehend. It was just like a whole different thing. I'm like, wait a second, so you don't need meat to be delicious? This doesn't make any sense. How am I going to get my protein? Oh, are you telling me vegetables have protein? And so that was really good. I forget what the place is called, but I can go there in my sleep. It was like, it's burned into my memory now. But I don't know. Favorite food in the world? That's a great question. I mean, pumpkin pie for Eric, which is a dessert.
Yeah, it's still food. You still put it in your mouth hole.
I don't know. I mean, I prefer cake over pie and ice cream.
I do too. I hate pie.
Pie is kind of a waste of my time, and ice cream is just like, I mean, if ice cream's finicky and it could hurt you, like, why would you love something that can hurt you so bad? So fuck those two things. Cake all the way.
I love Orange Leaf, but then you spend like $1 bazillion for it. It's like, hey, I get half.
What is this thing you're talking about?
Orange Leaf is like one of those, like, I'm trying to think, Pinkberry is another version of it, where you go in and get like soft frozen yogurt or soft serve ice cream.
Froyo.
They charge you by the fucking pound, so you go in there and you get your favorite flavors, and then you pile all of the toppings on it that you want, and then you go and you put it on the scale at Orange Leaf. And then basically every time I go there, I end up spending about $30 between me and my girlfriend for something that you could get in a half gallon's worth of ice cream. And it's the most, delicious stuff ever, but you have to take a mortgage out on your home in order to buy it.
I can't think of my favorite food. This is just bothering me, actually.
It used to be pizza when I was a kid. I don't know if it was the same for you. I love pizza. My first pizza was apparently from Chuck E. Cheese's. So I've tried to get better since then. I don't like it.
I think my favorite food's my grandma's chip steak. It's just like a simple recipe and stuff. I don't know. We could do a food show. But that's what I was thinking with Rocket League. I'm like, what if there was? I was just throwing this out there. What if there was a Rocket League podcast? Like, how would you even talk about that? Because whenever I'm into something, like, I should make a podcast about that. Oh, I like cars. I should make a podcast about it. Oh, I like fitness. I should make a podcast about that.
I've always really wanted to shoutcast, and I feel like Heroes of the Storm is like too convoluted with having to worry about watching all 10 players at all the time, and I'm like, but Rocket League would be fucking amazing to shoutcast.
If you're broadcasting a match by curated players, sure, but I mean, how would you? I think there's going to be competition to it, but I'm saying a Rocket League podcast, like, all right, this week in the patch notes, there's still no update, the game's still awesome and the same, and all right, we're just going to play some Rocket League. I was thinking about just doing like a Rocket League, a one-off Rocket League podcast that's just like, hey, this is the Rocket League podcast for this week. It's the 29th of whatever fucking month it is. And all right, we're going to cut to the gameplay and just yelling and screaming for like 5 seconds. And then, all right, that was the Rocket League podcast. Follow us at rocketleague.justcoolenough.com.
Speaking of Rocket League podcasts, we do have a friend of ours, Swag Nozzle, who has a YouTube channel. He's been posting stuff about Rocket League as well as Heroes of the Storm and some other games. And if people get a chance, they should definitely go to YouTube, type in Swag Nozzle, and check out his YouTube channel.
And alternatively, I'll just plug early. You could check out a video that he edited with Ike and I, because Eric was too cool for school, and I don't know where he went. He had to go. Oh, yeah, you had to do comedy. That was your comedy calls, and he just ran away or did things. But anyway, we did a video.
Oh, hey!
So yeah, Eric, how was your LAN party?
It was pretty awesome. I mean,
this is your first one. This is why I'm asking.
It's my first official LAN party because I used to after I graduated high school, me and my friends would go to LAN centers and stuff like that. But that's not the same as bringing your computer to a place. It's your computer, it's all your stuff, and it was awesome because we were all just there. We were all there. We did have a friend who wasn't there, Dustin, because he lives in Kansas, and it was funny because we were all on Curse, except Kyle had his speakers on, so we all muted him on our end, so we were just sitting there listen. We could hear him through Kyle's speakers and then occasionally talk, but it was weird because it was sometimes I forget to push to talk because he's not actually here.
Right. Yeah. Those days are fun. But
we only got halfway through Freck's email, by the way.
Oh my gosh, there's so much content here. Okay, let's go back to Freck's email. We're all over the place.
He says to continue his email after the food question. Oh, and after last week's episode, I agree Ike and Eric, he's not sure if it's with a C or a K, should go to the reception. So make it happen. But I also agree sending invitations after the wedding was a dick move, and even more so telling people 2 months later. So when you get to the reception, I suggest you guys give them an envelope filled with notes saying, "Fuck you, Joe. Good luck recording the show, Freck."
I guess, everybody has their own opinions about the way it was done. I did it the way I wanted to do it. It's my fucking wedding. Suck a dick. XOXOXO Joe Cariotti. Suck another dick. But yeah.
And I'm going to slide one more in there because it does have to do with congratulations, Joe. And this is from Brady. He sent us $50 and said, "Hope you, congratulations, Joe. Hope you and Eric and Ike +1 can get out to your reception."
Brady, thank you very much. Both of those guys that emailed this week were longtime listeners. So, and you know, we are a small, but
humble.
Humble? No, we're not humble. We're a small but hearty group of listeners and show here. So, just thanks a bunch, guys. I appreciate all the well wishes. I've had a lot of listeners reach out and say cool stuff. So, it made me feel all special.
I think if we cosplay and we're ever together, we should totally play the Lost Vikings.
Oh my gosh! Can I be Eric?
Then you get Olaf.
Oh yeah, I'm Olaf. I'm not tall though.
Yeah, I'd have to decide. Like, I guess which ones of us would be the best one? I guess I would be the one with the sword. Joe would be the one with the shield, and then I guess Ike would be. He's not short. He's not short. Like,
I'm not actually fast, despite what my online handle SpeedyF40 describes.
No, that's why you're the one with the shield.
Yeah, Olaf has the shield.
He's the fat guy.
Eric's the one with the sword that Eric said he would play, and then I'm not the midget with the red hair, but that would be all that's left.
We would be a really bad cosplay of the Lost Vikings, but I would do it. If we go to BlizzCon, I'm totally dressing up with Lost Vikings.
And then we can split up to different, because, you know, they usually have the 3 different panels going on, split up to 3 and soak the lanes.
That's exactly it. Well, soaking all that XP. I'm like, I'm going to go jungling. They're like, Joe, get out of the bathroom. Stop jungling in the bathroom.
I mean, I'd just say I'm most like Eric because I did like 7 push-ups today, so I'm so strong right now.
Oh my gosh, man!
Yeah, I know.
Nice push-ups, dude. Those arm muscles look very defined. I know about working out, bro. Just pumping iron.
So, Joe, what happened in your week that was exciting?
Nothing. I'm not done with my week.
I want to hear more about
your week, Eric.
Eric had a banner week. Like we're peaking right now. Ike, you have to peak next week.
So so Monday LAN party, fucking awesome. Tuesday yesterday, I had to go into to Universal to sign paperwork and stuff like that. Not to brag, but I'm going to be paid $11.75 an hour.
Damn. Dude, you better watch out for
less than McDonald's employees, is what you're saying.
Shit, dude.
No, more.
Offshore that. You gotta watch out for capital gains. Maybe
it's slightly more. It's slightly more.
Look into alternative investing strategies for your 401k plan, and open in a Roth.
Yeah, Roth IRA. But then on Tuesday, my friend Tiffany from my sketch group, she had this Star Trek sketch she wrote a while ago. And she asked me if I wanted to film it, and she was like, yeah, you just show up to my husband's work. Apparently, because he'd been working on like a set for the thing, and I thought, okay, yeah, we'll have like a fucking like whatever, like a
cardboard thing,
cardboard with you know, like numbers painted on it or some shit. So we get there. And it's the fucking Enterprise set. Dude, from
I saw the pictures.
I'll pull it up on screen right here.
Legit, the Star Trek Enterprise set. And I was like, holy fuck, Ian, you just built this for a fucking sketch? And he was like, no, I'm not a fucking... Yeah, I went to my boss and said, hey, can I have $16,000 for my wife's sketch? No, apparently next week or in 2 weeks, there's a big Star Trek convention in Las Vegas. And they built this. They do this every year. They build stuff for the convention center. So this year they built the Enterprise set, and they're going to ship it over there. And then all the people at the convention can go and get their pictures taken. But while it was there, because it wasn't for a commercial or anything. It was just a project they did. They let us shoot the sketch on the set. So I played Leonard Nimoy. You can see
Eric. I was like,
I just zoomed in to see if it was Photoshop for a second.
No, that's the thing. I was like, holy shit, that is the best shop job I've seen Eric ever do. And I'm like, it's just so good. I don't remember him sitting like that. I don't remember the weird haircut.
Yeah, the hair.
Holy shit. Dude, this is an amazing profile picture. I can't even get over how awesome this is. The attention to detail is amazing. I was like, that is the best shop I've ever seen. This was you on a set.
This isn't even like, there's still like I don't know, like there's like 10 feet on the left and another 5 feet on the right. Like it's a full like.
Oh my gosh!
It's a semicircle. It's like a full fucking thing. Like, and it's not even finished. There's like carpet that they haven't installed yet, and there's a few details that we're still hammering out. But before the convention. But yeah, it was the full fucking set, and we did this. Like I got to play Leonard Nimoy. I got my hair to look all stupid.
You did really good. Your hair looks especially stupid, but it looks like Leonard Nimoy.
It looks appropriate.
Yeah,
I worked on it. I was surprised I could get my hair to do that because my hair doesn't like to do things.
Now, where did you come up with the costume? Did somebody provide it? Did they have it for the convention?
Tiffany had that shirt. It's just the shirt is just a regular ass like Star Trek shirt you can buy in any costume store. It's the new Star Trek, but it's still whatever. And I was surprised because it's a medium and it fit me very well. And then it's just some black khakis and my dress shoes.
It looks great, dude. Yeah. I'm impressed. Because that picture I was just in between. I'm like, what?
And all of us, like, there was me. There was a guy playing Shatner who does this great Shatner impression, and then a guy playing like, our director, and every time one person would get on set, I'd be like, we'd all go like, I did it, I went it, and I was like, holy fuck, look at this shit. And then, like a new person would come, and I was like, look at this, and he's like, what? Yeah, it's like, oh my god, like we were all just like, what?
Just totally caught off guard. There's an Enterprise in the shoot.
Yeah, because the whole thing is like the sketch premise is like Shatner and Nimoy are like having an argument when they're trying to film this stupid promo for a Star Trek convention. And just like it makes it so much easier because you're on the fucking set. Like you're on in the fucking set. You're like, oh, I didn't have to pretend like, oh, I'm on the set of Enterprise because I'm the fucking set of the Enterprise.
Dude, this is a huge change from your sketches where you have the one door where everything has to happen through the one door.
Like, there's a backyard we could borrow, or like, you know. Whose living room can we make look like an office?
Yeah, like seriously.
I want to bring this to the attention of Hiko, my old co-host, because his whole thing when he got married to his wife, before they got married, he said one of the big deal breakers in this marriage is if we ever get a house, you have to allow me to build the set of the Enterprise bridge in the basement with a working screen. And she's like, deal. So his dream is to be where you were and have that in his basement. So I kind of want to show
I will say the screen. None of the screens worked. They were just solid
edge.
Yeah, plastic. Then they're backlit to give them the nice thing. And most of the buttons didn't work. They were just for show. There's a few buttons
that most of the buttons didn't actually work on the real thing either.
Yeah, but because he contacted, I guess, MGM, who owns Star Trek, and like all the images, like the images that you can see in the consoles and like the monitors, like with that moon and stuff, that's all stuff they provided. He's like, hey, we're doing this. Can we have that? And they're like, yeah, here are the prints. So like it's a lot of very official things.
Eric, we're gonna have to embed that photo into the episode so people can go to justcoolenough.com and check out show episode 291. Check this out because it is seriously one of the, if not the coolest profile picture.
I know, because like I posted it like as a like, and I was like just another day in the office,
yeah.
And I thought like, you know, it'll get a couple of likes from people, but like everybody I'm friends with is liking this photo, and I'm like, oh really? Oh, I guess it is fucking because I'll get 15 people liked that I had a LAN party. So far, almost 50 have liked this photo. So yeah, it shows you there's the people from coming all out of the woodwork going, holy fuck.
I'm going to share this on the Just Cool Enough Facebook page because it's just epic.
Yeah.
Really cool, man.
Yeah, it was fucking nuts.
Yeah, I would say Eric and myself
so
have
I
this
win
year on
this
lockdown.
week.
Yeah,
I win.
Eric,
I play for keeps.
Damn, dude, that was you for sure. Like, I can't compete with that. I got like some bowls and stuff. I told people no gifts for the wedding, and people got me some bowls. I was really excited about them. Like, I said no gifts. I'm like, these are actually very nice. Thank you. I'm very excited for these bowls. But
especially if you still get Blue Apron because you need like 12 million of them.
Yeah, I had my Blue Apron went wrong. It was off. Anyway, we won't talk about that. We did a whole episode on it.
Can we do another 3 episodes on Blue Apron?
Listen, there's always something to talk about when it comes to Blue Apron. Okay, so I never fully appreciated the fact and the amount of time and effort it takes for people to make RSVPs and do shit for like baby showers and weddings and all this bullshit, retirement parties, like renting out the halls and doing all that. I never had any sort of appreciation for it. And now that I'm going through it myself for this reception, I really like every time I've gotten something in the mail, I'm like, oh God, who the fuck's getting married now? Oh shit, okay, just put it on the fridge. And then inevitably they have to call me and say, Joe, are you coming to my party or do I write you down as no? And I will never be that person again because holy shit, what a lot of work. And I've had no appreciation for it. And I feel terrible. I wish I could retroactively go back into the past and correct all the mistakes that I've made, screwing over all these graduation, funeral, whatevers. Because I never RSVP. People always end up, I'm like, if they want me, they'll figure it out. What a dick move by me. I'm a fucking asshole and I hate it.
So my RSVP is totally dependent on whether or not we can pull the funds together.
Okay, well, we have to work on that. Listeners, go to justcoolenough.com, hit the donate button, get Ike over and get Eric over. It will benefit us greatly because we'll do stuff together. I'm going to take, if they can get over here for any amount of time, I will take that time off of my 9-to-5 job so we can just fucking hang out, make content, and dick around.
Speaking of that, what we need to talk about after this, we've promised them a commentary on the 90s classic Godzilla, and we need to do that. Also, Expendables 3 is on.
Yeah, I was waiting for that. I knew eventually you were going to bring it up. It's been on there for like 3 weeks.
Shit.
There's a couple of movies that I've been adding to my queue because I'm like, oh, perfect.
Okay, well, I can tell you right now, like I'm in the middle of we're in the middle of selling a house. We're planning this.
Joe, we don't
reception.
have time. Pick a date. Also, this weekend is terrible for me. So
this weekend, I have a garage sale this weekend to sell all of my things. If anybody wants any of my stuff, email me. I will send you a box of things.
So where are you planning on moving that requires you to get rid of most of your stuff?
I don't know yet.
Saskatchewan.
I'll tell you when I know. But all my stuff must go. I plan on getting a van. If
and living down by the river?
No, just getting a van. I'm gonna get a van. I'm gonna rent it out in a campsite, and I'm gonna live out of the van. So it'll be like I'm camping
using
all
your
the time.
phone's Wi-Fi hotspot.
No, I'll figure out some satellite internet shit or whatever. Because once I have, all I need is the Class B camper van, and then I'm gonna get a Tesla Powerwall. I'm gonna stick it to the side of the van. I'm gonna solar power it. I'm gonna be totally mobile.
Usually people upgrade when they get married to a house, and it's not Joe.
We've already done. We've had the house. We got all the bedrooms and stuff. We're like, all right, well, we're sick of taking care of this. We've skipped the kids part, and we're like, oh man, now we're empty nesters because we got rid of Scott. We got rid of the cat. Now what do we do? So it's like, well, time to downsize. So we're speeding through life.
Well, time to die.
I have more in common with like 55 and 60-year-old people than I do with people of my generation because I've just sped through life at a crazy pace. Like, yeah, well, I had my Cadillac, I had my convertible, I had my old car. I already went through a midlife crisis.
Time to move on to that death do us part.
Right, yep, all right. Time to get the hearse.
I want a hearse.
A hearse would be sweet. You could live out of a hearse. Sleep in the coffin.
Yeah, well, really all you have to do is put a bed and a really rocking system in the back. I mean, when you're having sex, you don't even have to do anything because you turn up the bass on the system, job done.
I like when people hear what's going on so they know not to bother me. Oh, gosh. Well, I forget. I was going to try to segue into something, but I totally
Was it Windows 10? Because I see a thing about Windows 10. I hear different things about Windows 10, and somebody wrote Windows 10 in our show notes.
You're right. I wrote that. Yeah, I don't want to leave the RSVP thing alone though.
Okay.
It's fucking important. Just do it. Don't be a dick. If somebody sends you an RSVP, send it back as soon as you know. Okay. Now on to Windows 10 stuff. I installed Windows 10 today remotely. I was using TeamViewer and I installed Windows 10 remotely on my laptop. And it worked fucking perfectly. and I was very impressed because even like 5 years ago, saying that you'd be able to remote install an operating system, I just clicked the little icon down there at the bottom, performed the upgrade, it came back online, and I did it on an initial setup. It took like an hour and a half maybe, and I did it over Wi-Fi remotely using TeamViewer, which is just a startup process. It was freaking nuts. I was so excited. Are you guys going to upgrade to Windows 10?
I don't know.
I mean, like, eventually you probably will have to, but
yeah, eventually I'm sure I will. But I keep like ignoring that. I got that little message in my drop down menu saying get Windows 10. But I'm perfectly happy with Windows 8, and I don't feel like being a beta tester for that.
See, I find myself keep on playing. I'm defending like Windows a lot. I don't know why. I'm turning into a fanboy or something. But
one of the things that I think is hilarious about Windows 10 is you can even if you have like a pirated version of Windows, you can update to Windows 10. But when you do that, then you have the free-to-play version where it comes with ads and shit, and you have to pay like a subscription if you don't want ads anymore.
I think that's cool though, because they know people are going to pirate it, and they're trying to get people that wouldn't pay for it to pay for it. Yeah. And they're just they're trying to get. They have so many fragmented operating systems out there nowadays. It's pretty smart. They couldn't. I got a question today, like, why didn't they do Windows 9? They knew 9 was going to suck, so they just skipped to 10. And it's like, no, they couldn't do Windows 9 because Windows 9 is like 95 and 98 and shit. And
yeah, then that would be confusing. Unlike Xbox and Xbox 360 and Xbox One, which is the third one, not these.
It wasn't the same people making the decisions.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I did test early builds of Windows 10. It was super stable, and I think I'm gonna bring my main rig after the show and upgrade it maybe tonight because I'm all in on it. I think it's gonna be fine. And
I messed around with Boot Camp and installed a small partition of Windows 8 on my MacBook, but I haven't. Just because I was contemplating not bringing my whole system to with me because my MacBook is because Rocket League isn't a very powerful game, so my Mac could play it, but it's not available on the Mac. So
it's like every game.
Yeah, so I was like, if I do Boot Camp and I put Windows 8, a small partition of Windows 8, then I can install Rocket League, which is like a gig and a half, and you
have just enough room for your Rocket League. Yeah. It is that good. It is that good. But that's actually the one thing. And in our chat room, we'll call him Art. He's been around for a long time. So Art says, Joe, how does Windows 10 play games? I don't know yet. So that's actually what the big limiting factor for me upgrading my main rig is. I want to see what other people are doing and how DirectX and everything works on their rigs before I upgrade my gaming rig and my production. I don't know, webcam rig at this point. So, but I was so surprised. It went without a hitch. I just hit the upgrade button. It did its thing. I lost it off the network for like an hour, and I'm like, well, it's gone forever now. I guess I'll have to wait till I get home. And then it just popped back up on TeamViewer. I was like, holy shit, that actually worked. And I signed in. And I'm like, wow, that was the smoothest Windows install I've ever done. And I wasn't even in the same house. It was amazing. So the fact that OSs are getting so fluid just makes me excited. It gives me a real big nerdgasm or something.
So you just have to hit the update button and it will do it itself?
Well, for my laptop, I was enrolled in like the earlier builds, but I think almost everybody who has Windows 7 or Windows 8 has the notification in their tray, usually at the bottom right of their screen, and it looks like a little Windows icon.
And it just says get Windows 8 when you hover over it.
And get Windows 8 and notify me when I can, and so... yeah, just claim your copy. And there's so many conflicting reports too. So people are conspiracy theorists out there like, oh man, they're gonna upgrade you to Windows 10 for free, and then it's gonna be subscription fees and blah blah blah, and this and that. And according to a couple of good sources off of the Twit network, Mary Jo Foley and Paul Thurrott, they said that once you upgrade to Windows 10 this year, it won't cost you anything for the lifetime of the product. So they got that right from some Windows people. So you could trust me because I heard from somebody who heard from somebody. But that was one of the reservations I heard.
Yeah, I mean, I could see that being a thing.
Right, but if you wait like this time next year, you'll have to pay $100 whatever for it. But pro tip: if you want to get a cheap copy of Windows, G2A.com. I bought a copy of Windows for under $40, and you can get a Windows 8.1 key and then just upgrade that to 10 whenever you want.
Yes. So you can also, like, anytime you buy a new computer, it comes with it, and then you can just use that key forever.
You can do that too. I'm sure there's some Windows 7 keys laying around my house that I just have that will get upgraded to 10.
I still have a Vista key. I pirated Windows 7 from Vista, which I felt justified because Vista was shit.
Wait a second. How did that even happen?
When I bought my last computer, whatever, 6 years ago, it came with Vista. Because this was when Vista was a thing, and then like a year and a half later, they're like, "Sorry about Vista. Here's Windows 7."
So just a quick update to anybody. Like the chat room says that NVIDIA owners shouldn't upgrade to Windows 10 because there's issues with the driver. Yeah, and that's exactly what I'm saying too. You just got to be aware. I've had so much driver trouble with my ATI card. It's like whatever. Who cares? I'm on Team Red right now. I'm like I got to switch back to Team Green. I think that's what I'm going to pick up for Christmas.
I switched Team Green and with this new computer last year, and I was already impressed. Like just the fact that it's got the in-house thing where it's like, hey, we'll scan your computer, find your games, and optimize the settings for you. And you're like, oh,
it does a pretty good job at that too. Yeah. When the ATI side, you have to install Raptor, and it does a really just not so good job at optimizing your game. I was so pampered with the NVIDIA software suite, just kind of the gaming experience. I was like, oh, what kind of bullshit is this? And I learned to like it. Actually,
all NVIDIA cards come with ShadowPlay, which is DAG. It's so good.
DAG has endorsed ShadowPlay so much. He got an NVIDIA Shield, and he is just in love with how well the ShadowPlay integration is. He's been raving about it,
and all of that stuff. It just comes with default, so you don't have to go and find Fraps or an alternative. It's superior. I think the files are the quality is just as good as Fraps, and it can record your microphone and the game now, not just one or the other like Fraps was doing forever. I don't know. It's been a while since I had an older version of Fraps. I don't remember, but yeah, I just uninstalled Fraps when I realized how good it was. And like, if you have one of the shields, the streaming apparently is really good.
Yeah, I think like right now, my mind is if you're going budget build, go ATI, and do the A10. But when it's time to upgrade, screw the Crossfire. Who cares about the ATI stuff? Get a beefy NVIDIA card, at least a 660 or not. I mean, 660 plays good, but I mean like a 960 or something, and you'll play anything. It's just wonderful. I love how much power is out there right now, and how games have kind of reached a point where it's like, oh, we don't need to push every graphics card to melting point. You can make a game like Rocket League or
there's a nice variety of like level of games, like because like a Heroes of the Storm looks good and it's not that powerful, and Rocket League looks good even though it's fairly underpowered compared to other games. But then you can throw the Witchers at them and stuff like that, which is great. I'm one of the things that I was really impressed with at my LAN party. I had the smallest monitor of everyone there, which was like one guy had a like when it was like 23 inch and mine's only 20 inch, and then like Eric brought his like 40-inch smart TV as a monitor, and everyone else's towers were like were mostly bigger than mine, except for Eric had a little like midget tower. I forget what they call it, like portable tower. Like it's just like the size of like 3 cell phones taped together.
That's what I'm gonna do for my next build. I've already been theorizing what I'm gonna do. But I
had the most powerful tower there by far. So I was
dude, you got the 9. What do you have, a 980?
Yep, 980s, 16 gigs of RAM. Not 16. 16 gigs of RAM. 4.4
Goddamn, what happened
processor.
to Ike? He dropped off and our audio got better.
Yeah, that happens occasionally. But yeah, I'm hearing conflicting things about Windows 10. I'm definitely gonna hold off until I wasn't even when I got this computer. I was just gonna go with Windows 7 until you were like, no, dude, go Windows 8.1. You're gonna fucking love it. And I was like, okay.
It is better though. It's way better for. I mean, RAM. I've gone down this path before, but
yeah,
my
computer takes 15 seconds to boot. Like 15 seconds from hitting the power on button to browsing the internet.
But that's because your SSD, man.
Yeah.
And Windows 7 actually is even slower than that. But
yeah.
One day, I don't know what happened to Ike. I thought he might have been frozen down there for a bit because he was quiet. But
yeah, he's been having router issues. We've been talking about that.
Yeah. Well, hopefully we'll be able to play some Rocket League with him later today because freaking, I don't know, that it's just something grabs a hold of you with that game. What else did we have to talk about? Oh yeah, what was the story with the lion this week?
Oh, that was.
I don't know anything about it. You have to explain it.
Well, as listeners probably know, white people love going to other countries and murdering animals to feel powerful because we're at the top of the food chain and we can't legally hunt people. So the next best thing is to hunt things that dangerous wild animals with weapons that they are no match for, and then post pictures on Instagram saying, "Look, I killed a lion with this, laser guided crossbow or whatever the fuck I didn't use my bare hands or make it a fair fight. I had a bunch of people bring it into an area, trap it, and then keep it in a small area so that I could shoot it and murder it. And now I got my picture taken with it. Okay, bye."
Just like Teddy Roosevelt did to that bear.
Yeah, and so white people love that shit. So this dentist from Minnesota or some shit decided he loves murdering animals, so he'd go murder a lion because it's the ultimate thing, which isn't really a big fucking deal anyways, but it's the only way he gets his dick hard. So he goes to Zimbabwe or some shit and then tracks down, him and his poacher buddies track down this fucking lion and draw it out of the national park where the lions just should be protected. And turns out it's not just some random ass lion. It's this famous lion that's the main draw of this national park in Zimbabwe.
Oh my god!
And he fucking murders it and posts pictures, and people are like, "What the fuck, dude?" And he's like, "Oh," and he posted it on Facebook or some shit. "Oh, I'm sorry, I meant to kill a completely different, less famous lion."
Oh my god!
I got a tiny wiener, and the only way I can get my dick hard to fuck my ugly wife is to murder an innocent animal.
She has great teeth, though.
Yeah.
So he lured a famous lion out of a nature reserve and then shot it to death.
Yeah. But then him and his buddy were like, "Look what we did! We killed it."
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Isn't it great? Welcome back, by the way. Did your router die?
You have no. I will talk about it after the story because it'll be my gripe session since you guys have had such fantastic weeks.
Okay, you're coming back. I feel it. You're on the rebound right now. I can feel your week getting better next week. It's happening.
Anyway, lion guy.
So
apparently Jimmy Kimmel got really, really upset about it. Almost broke down or somewhat on the air.
I saw that there was some stuff going on about it, and I was like, "Eric, tell me about the lion?" So he just told me about the lion.
Yep.
I don't get the thing where you go out and kill something for wild game. Unless you're gonna eat it.
It's this fucking bullshit idea that it's hard or I don't get hunting. I don't hunt. I do not plan to ever start hunting. I like shooting guns, but I'm never gonna fire a gun at an animal and kill it. I could. I know it's in me. It's in all of us because, thousands of years of evolution. And if I someday needed to hunt down a wild animal for food, I would do it. But hunting for sport is just petty because the technology, it's not even sport anymore these days. The way hunting is, it's just fucking stupid. And it's a thing that white people do to feel like they're not to break up the monotony of their boring fucking milquetoast life.
But I think it's just such a city thing.
Yeah.
For maybe we just don't connect with it because we're not out there doing it. I know I would be really shitty at it because I can't keep quiet or hold still for like 5 seconds. But I guess I could see the allure of hanging out and, you know, being with your buddies and, you know, shooting guns and everything. But yeah, the hunting thing just doesn't connect with me. And but the fact that you're just doing it just to kill a thing and just be like, yeah, I killed a lion. It's like, what, how tiny is your dick, dude? Like, for real, like it's like when I see a cool truck, I'm like, dude, that's a really sweet truck. Sorry about your dick. Like, yeah. It's kind of like the same thing. Like, cool,
I got a really
lion.
fast car, a really awesome, fast, expensive car that I drive real fast, so people don't get a chance to see how tiny my dick is because I'm going by so fast.
Dude, nice Lamborghini. Sorry about your dick. Holy shit. But yeah, I guess, you know, you can say what you want about that. But I don't know. It just does. I have a really hard time empathizing with Wisconsin dentist.
My favorite tweet I saw from Kumail Nanjiani was like, it's like, hey, I'm going to be a dentist, and then people will love me. It's like, we're terrified by dentists. He's like, well, then I'm going to kill this lion. People are terrified by lions. We love that lion.
This guy's just had it bad his whole fucking life. He's just like, I just want to be accepted. He's like, all right. He's going to become an evil mastermind. He's going to try to, like, extinguish the mosquito population. We're like, no, we needed those to feed the bats, you fucking idiot.
Yeah.
He's just, his whole life is he's like a fucking klutz. He didn't even mean to do this stuff, but he keeps falling into this stuff. It's actually his friend. He's the real bad guy. I don't like dentists to begin with. Offense to dentists. But like this guy, he's really rubbing me the wrong way. I wonder if his practice is gonna go up or down. He's gonna get a bunch of lion lovers over there, like or a bunch of lion haters.
People were leaving Yelp reviews, but positive ones. It's like, if you need a dentist who can murder innocent animals, this is the one for you. But anyways, speaking of things being rubbed the wrong way, it's time we stop talking about all this bullshit and start plugging each other.
All right.
I'm going to plug this week a YouTube show over at Geek and Sundry called Titan's Grave, where Will Wheaton and a couple of and 4 other people play this role-playing game called Titan's Grave, The Ashes of Valhalla, which I guess is new because I looked it up and it's not out yet, but it's kind of an interesting sort of future tech meets fantasy, sort of like, it's like D&D but with computers and magic. It's pretty interesting. And what's fun about it is they're just sitting on a couch playing it as you would, but they intercut, like they add music for effect, and they intercut, like they had all these great artists draw pictures, so while they're like describing a scene, you'll see this gorgeous drawing of the scene play out as they're doing it, and it's all really, really interesting stuff. And all the episodes are like 20-30 minutes, so they keep them real short and in nice little chunks, so you don't have to watch a whole big like 3-hour thing to get it. You can just watch an episode and be like, okay, yeah, that's great, and come back to it next week. And it's really interesting if you like this sort of pen and paper RPG, or maybe you're not sure what it's like and you want to kind of just check it out for a second. Maybe check it out in the show notes.
So my plug for this week is that swag nozzle thing I was talking about. It's called MILF Urian. And go check it out. It's at justcoolenough.com. Go check out the show notes for show episode number 291. And as always, I want to give a plug over to Shout Engine, who hosts our podcast for free at shoutengine.com. Go to shoutengine.com to start a podcast in under 5 minutes, and you can do it for free because we do it too. And a big shout out to the Alpha Geek Radio Network, where putting on shows like Total Biscuit, but just not nearly as popular. So you can go check out other shows on Alpha Geek Radio. They're always doing some live streaming. They're covering Nerdtacular spectacularly. Go check out all that stuff going on. And you know what would be really nice? Some new iTunes reviews. I know we've picked up a lot of new listeners, and I think it would be really great if you guys could tell us how you feel on iTunes. And yeah, so that's a bunch of plugs right there. Oh, and my plug for this week is Facebook.com/JustCoolEnough. I've been curating the Just Cool Enough Facebook, and it's been great. People have been loving it. We've been getting likes. We've been getting conversation. Go check it out.
And my plug for this week is, well, 2 things. I'm going to give a big fuck you to Comcast.
Oh, God.
And my plug this week for the positive is check out, if you like Ichi anime, go check out Heaven's Lost Property. You can find it on YouTube or a few other websites across the internet for free. It's definitely a blast. I've spoken to a few people like, oh man, I could only really get into like 3 episodes, and I kind of gave up on it. But I'm into the 2nd season, and I'm absolutely loving it. I take little chunks at a time, watch it in between heroes, loading screens, things like that. I'm really enjoying it. Check out Heaven's Lost Property.
All right, we'll have that on the show notes at justcoolenough.com. As always, thank you very much for listening, and make sure Eric doesn't say "fuck you guys."
Fuck off!
No, God, no! It was so close.
I was distracted by emails, but I got it.
No. All right, you guys ready to play some Rocket League?
No.
Yeah.